Well, hello, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back. Jiu-Jitsu 2000 here today. I'm back. I hope you guys are doing fantastic out there. I've got an interesting video for you today. I have an offering from Brinyte. This is a headlamp, and it can also be used as a flashlight. This is model HL16 Noctua. So it's a 90-degree adjustable headlamp with magnetic charging. So very cool. Now the current retail price at the time of me filming this video for this light is around $65.98. So there is a QR code on the back there. And without further ado, let's go ahead and open this up and see what's included in this package. I'm very excited to announce this to you. So here's a look at this little card. It's talking about taking out the insulation film. There's the light. We'll set that aside for a minute. We'll get to that in a second. I want to say thank you right off the bat to Brinyte for sending this light out for review. The next thing that we see here is the user manual. We'll just unfold that. There's the product description, some of the features, what's included in the box. Right here is the specifications of the light. Right here is kind of a breakdown of the light. Very cool. Friendly tip right there, talking about taking that insulation film out. There's a little bit about the battery, operating function of the light. So very nice. How to enter different modes, memory function, how to charge, your power level indicator, and I'll talk about all this stuff in this video, so no need really hanging on here too long. The head strap, how to put the light and the head strap together, maintenance on the light, stuff like that. Very nice. And of course the warranty policy. So the next thing that we see here is the headband and the head strap. And I gotta tell you, one thing right off the bat that I'm noticing is this little section right here that connects these two together. So most of your headlamps, they don't have that. They just have the two and there's nothing connecting them. So I think that what they've done there is really cool. I think it's gonna make a nice solid enclosure, and it'll be nice to mount that light. Another thing that I want to make note of right off the bat here that I noticed, this is a breathable head strap. So I think that is super cool. Not only is this going to cut weight down, but it's also going to let your head breathe. It's going to make this head strap very light. It's going to make it very comfortable. And in the event that you get in any water or rain or anything like that, this is going to dry a lot quicker. And of course you can see the Brinyte logo on the side. This is that luminescent type logo, so if there's light shining, this can be very clearly seen at night. So you have one on each side and then there's one on the back. So very nice. Next thing that we see is this little package right here, and it includes 2 replacement O-rings, and that will help keep the IPX6 rating of this light. Last thing that you see is the charging cable, and right here you see USB 2, and then right here this is magnetic charging. This little pin, as you can see, it's spring loaded. See that? So this is the magnetic charger. So very cool, and it just slaps onto the side of the light just like that. Very cool. So we're looking at the HL16 Noctua by Brinyte. Very nice. There's the power button right there. This is a magnetic tail cap, so very cool. There's a TIR optic lens, and you see the blue accents. Kind of cool. A little bit aggressive on the stripe bezel there. So this light is built very well, and it has 90-degree lighting, so you can hold it like a flashlight like this. It does have a pocket clip on it, and then it's almost like ratcheting. So in the inside there, you can see those little detents. So each time that you rotate the head, it'll lock into a detent. So you got plenty of positions that you can position this thing. And of course, like I mentioned earlier, it's magnetic tail cap, so it sticks to things. You gotta get the light somewhere specific. You just aim the light right where you want, and you can adjust that light very well. So it's very cool. I like that a lot. I think they did a good job on that. This is pretty cool. The candela rating that this light puts out is 5,000 candela. This light does have 5 modes of operation, and it does have a memory. Now if we unthread the tail cap, we'll take a look at that real quick. You can see that the tail cap is a very nice quality build. Good heavy duty spring in there. So we'll set that down for a second. There is the insulation film that they were talking about. Now they don't ship these with the insulation film in them. And here is the battery. This is a 650 milliamp hour 16340 battery. And this is a non-proprietary battery. So this is a standard battery. And what's cool about this light is it will also operate on CR123 lithium-ion non-rechargeable batteries. Now looking down inside, you can see the battery tube is nice and thick, and we have a solid contact point down inside the light. So we'll put the positive towards the head of the light. We'll screw down the tail cap, and right there is your O-ring. So as we screw this down, it's going to go over that O-ring and create the waterproofness. Okay, so this is IPX6. That's probably because of the movable head. IPX6, for some of you out there that might not understand, this is not waterproof. This doesn't go underwater. IPX6 is water resistant with high pressure streams of water coming at it from any direction. I like that pocket clip. It's very durable. So we'll take that charger, and you can see that it just sticks to the light just like that. And as you can tell, it illuminates red, telling us that it's charging. So it'll stay red while it's charging, and then when charging is complete, you will see a green indicator. Now this light has overcharge protection, it's got over discharge protection, and also overheat protection. It does have reverse polarity protection as well. So if you were able to put the battery in backwards or something like that. From a dead battery, they say that it takes about 1.5 hours to completely charge this light. The throw that you get out of this light is 140 meters. That's about 153 yards of throw, or if you want to look at that in feet, that's about 460 feet. This is impact resistant down to 1.5 meters. And if you want to talk about the dimensions of the light, if you look at the head of the light right there, we're dealing with 22.5 millimeters. If you want to talk about the length of the light, we're dealing with 85.5 millimeters. Now, if you want to talk about those in inches, the head of the light is 0.89 inches, and the body or length of the light is 3.36 inches. Now the weight of the light is 51 grams or 1.8 ounces, and that's without the battery. And if you want to include the weight with the battery, we're looking at about 2.5 ounces with that 16340 650 milliamp hour battery included. Now this light operates on a very popular CREE XP-G3 LED. And when charging is finally complete, you'll see that indicator, and we turn the light on. That indicator will no longer be a charging indicator. It will turn into a power level indicator. So it'll tell us the status of the battery in real time. So when we turn the light on, we'll see green. That's telling us our battery is between 40 and 100%. If it turns red, it's between 5 and 40%. And then if you see that indicator as a flashing red, that's telling us that our battery is between 0 and 5%. Again, that's not when we're charging, that's when we're using the light. So it's very nice that this light has a power level indicator on it. I like that. And here you can see the green charging indicator telling us that charging is complete. Operating this light is extremely simple. What we'll do is we'll long press this side button until the light comes on, and then to cycle through the modes, we just press the button over and over and over. And it goes from high down to moonlight mode. So there's moonlight mode. It goes high, medium, low, and then moonlight mode. And then from any of these modes, if you double press, you'll get the strobe function. So let's talk about these runtimes real quick, and we'll go up to high here. We're looking at 520 lumens. There's no step down, and it'll stay at this brightness level for an hour and 5 minutes. And again, we get 140 meters of throw out of this setting. Single press bumps us down to medium. This is 200 lumens. This is gonna last us an hour and 40 minutes. And then again, if we press, you'll see we're down to low. Low is 60 lumens and it'll last 4 hours and 50 minutes. And then the last setting, the lowest setting rather, is moonlight mode. This is 5 lumens. And on this setting, it'll last 80 hours or 3.33 days. Now, as you can see, anytime the light is being operated, you can see the power level indicator that I spoke of earlier. So very cool. Now, if you want to double press, I'm going to give you guys a strobe warning. This is strobe with 2 clicks. Single press turns the light back on to the last mode access prior to strobe. Now, this light does have a memory. So you can see that we're on moonlight mode. So if I long press to turn the light off, and then I long press to turn it back on, it's going to come back to that moonlight mode. So single press, high. Let's say we like it on low. Long press turns it off. Long press turns it right back on to low. So this light is extremely simple to operate. So now let's take a look and see what it takes to put it into the harness here so that we can use it as a headlamp. We're just going to stick this through just like so. I'm going to try not to push that power button. This is tight. I think it's going to have good retention. And now you're in headlight or headlamp mode. So the power button is going to go down, and then you just kind of rotate the head forward and you'll get your power level indicator on the top there. So you can see it's green. And then of course you cycle through the modes. If you want the button on top, then you could orient the thing with this on this side, and it might make it a little easier for you if you like it that way, if you don't want to be coming up from underneath pushing the button. So there's the strap. The strap fits very good to my head. I like this because I can cycle through the modes. Boy, that's bright. Let's get back down to moonlight mode. There's the moonlight mode. But the strap fits really good on my head. This light is very lightweight. You don't even know it's there. What I usually do when I'm out camping is I'll put my hat right on top of my headlamp and I'll walk around camp just like that. So again, you want to turn it off. You just push and hold, and that's all there is to it. I love the weight of this thing. This thing is very, very light. You can't even tell that it's on there. And I love the fact that this thing breathes. That is super cool. And IPX6, I could be in a heavy downpour of water and it's not going to affect this light. So very, very cool. So like I mentioned previously, if you want to change orientation, you can have the logo on the top, you can have the power button on the top, and power level indicator on the bottom. You'll just have to operate it from the left side. Okay, we're out in the shop. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this light on. So as you can see, we always start at the top of the spectrum unless we're turning on with the memory. We're looking at high. This is 520 lumens. I love the pattern. This is going to last an hour and 5 minutes. And as you can see, there's that green battery level indicator. Single press turns it down to medium. This is 200 lumens for 1 hour and 40 minutes. That's a lot of light coming out of this little flashlight here. Push it again. We're going to drop down to low. This is 60 lumens. This will last 4 hours and 50 minutes. So very cool. And then if we push it again, we're going to come down to the moonlight mode. This is 5 lumens for 3.33 days or 80 hours. Now, strobe warning, I'm going to double press, 1, 2. There is the very disorienting strobe. I like that, and you can get to that with just a double click. Single click turns the light back on to the last mode before strobe, and then again, cycle through the modes just by single pressing the button. So this is cool. I like it because you can hold it like a flashlight if you want to, or you can use it as a headlamp. So hopefully you enjoyed those night shots. Let's go ahead and test the IPX6 waterproof rating, and we can single press and we can cycle through the modes. There's moonlight, high, medium, low, back to moonlight, double press for strobe. And you can see that it's clearly passing the IPX6 water resistant testing with flying colors. Now, in the event that you want to put this in a pack or something like that, maybe you're going to hike a trail and you don't want this light coming on every time the button gets pressed in your pack, it does have a manual lockout mode, and that is you unthread the tail cap about a half a turn and then the light will not operate. I can push the button all I want and nothing happens. So it does have that option. So my final thoughts on this light, I like it. I think this is a fantastic light. I think Brinyte hit a home run with this one. It's very light, and I love the way that you can ratchet the head and the fact that it's IPX6. As long as we're not going underwater with this, that's pretty effective. I love that they put a magnetic tail cap on it. I like that it'll tail stand. I like the run times. I love the beam pattern. I like the TIR optic lens that they used. I just think it's a good light. So folks, I want to say thank you for joining me today on this video of the Brinyte HL16 multi-purpose light. Again, this could be used as a headlamp. It could be used as a flashlight. I think it's a hit. I'll put a link in the description box down below where you can find this. Please feel free to leave comments down below, like this video, share this video, and until next time, have a beautiful day. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.